let's go wrong this afternoon? Hey, how are you all? Good to see you, Lindy, April B, Gayla, Laura T. Hey, Laura T. And my friend Glitter's here. Yeah, I kind of let Trish go. She had like a guest on. I just wanted to like, yeah, let it play out, let everyone watch it. So I was like, oh, I'll jump on after. What is this? What? Don't know what the hell that is. They're doing some sort of weird referral thing on StreamYard. I had a big pop up in front of my my screen. Good to see you all. Good to see you. Obviously here for the Late Late Show, and it will not disappoint. We have a very interesting story out of Florida, out of Key Largo. Have you guys seen this one already? A man accused of murdering a woman at a Key Largo resort and kept her body in the room for like 2 days. So I am going to show you that one in a minute. Hey, let me say hello to everyone. Hey, SP Mama, how are you? Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. It's one of those days. YouTube ads just got worse. I hope that are they showing ads on my channel? I don't run any ads on my channel. I don't run any advertisements that I get paid for. If you see advertisements on this channel, it's YouTube doing it, and I don't get any money out of it. I don't place any advertisements on my videos or my live streams at all. Hey Marjorie, how are you? Good to see you. Hey Marlene Corson, my friend Moonlight View, SP Mama, great to have you guys. Marilyn Landis is here. Yeah, let's head out to Florida. I want to show you this. A murder mystery. Well, I don't know if it's a murder mystery, but it's definitely something.
Alice Abovic is live now with who deputies have in custody. Sanella.
Calvin, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office spent a good part of the day here at the Amore Dive Resort investigating Monday. That's when they made that deadly discovery. They found the body of a woman in one of the rooms here, and they worked quickly. Less than 24 hours later, they made their arrest. 33-year-old Dylan Lamb of Key Largo is now behind bars. He was arrested today, accused of murdering 43-year-old Nadine Marie Tillman at the Amore Dive Resort in Key Largo. Monroe County Sheriff's Office investigators say Tillman met Lamb at the resort on Overseas Highway Saturday morning. Authorities were alerted to Tillman's disappearance after a family member called them. We've learned Tillman's daughter stopped hearing from her mother and got worried.
Her poor daughter came around looking and knocking on everyone's door. From my understanding, tracked her mom's phone to this location and found her car, and had been missing for a couple days and no contact with her.
Tillman was reported missing on Monday, and that's when authorities made the deadly discovery. Her body was found hidden in Lamb's room with injuries consistent with being beaten. During their investigation, deputies did focus on this red SUV and surrounded it with crime scene tape. It's unclear if that was the victim's car.
We just saw, like, frequently throughout the last few days, like, the gentleman in and out.
Kay Thigpen says her mom stayed next door to Lamb's room.
Just everyone's a little shook up and everything, but again, like, we know the resort and the people here and stayed here enough that it is a safe place. It could happen anywhere.
And Lamb has been arrested before for grand theft, battery, probation violation. Again, he is being charged with murder for this.
Well, you'd hope he's being charged with murder. I was like, she's like, well, they're charging him with murder. Well, you would think so. Otherwise, I'd be worried about what they might charge him with if it wasn't that. Here's a photo of him here, by the way. Here is a photo. There is his face. Apparently, he likes to kill women. He's only 33, apparently, now facing a murder charge. The deputy said in the report that Nadine had met her accused killer, convicted Key Largo felon Dylan Lamb, after arranging a date off a prostitution website. Oh, sorry, Dylan Lamb is the guy. What am I talking about? Apparently, yeah, so they arranged off the prostitution website, and now he's facing a murder charge. So they're saying here deputies made the gruesome discovery at the Amore Beach Resort after Tillman's friends and loved ones reported her missing noting her highly uncharacteristic lack of response to text messages. Well, I'm guessing if you're a prostitute, text messaging is probably like your day-to-day thing, so you're probably on your phone all the time. The report states that Tillman had told the man, described as a known associate, that she had arranged a date with someone she met through a non-dating website. Okay. Her last text messages to the man came just before 9 a.m. on Saturday when she texted him saying she was at a hotel, but the person wasn't answering the door. Deputies said her final message came shortly after reading, "I'm in." According to the report, deputies went to the resort where its assistant general manager said she was aware of a missing person investigation and wished to report suspicious behavior involving a former guest identified as Dylan Lamb. Lamb, she said, had booked the hotel through W1A, booked the hotel room W1A through Expedia using his mother's phone number. According to deputies, the assistant general manager attempted to have Lamb move to another room during his stay, but he refused. Communicating through the closed door, deputies said he was allowed to stay in the room until Sunday morning when the staff moved him to another room. According to the report, after Lamb checked out, a housekeeper discovered 3 large trash bags in that room that were filled with soiled towels and bed linens and were described as heavily stained with substances consistent with blood, urine, and feces. The towels were thrown away before staff members recognized the nature of the contents. The dumpster had already been emptied by a contracted waste company, rendering the items unrecoverable. Well done. They said deputies pulled data from Tillman's cell phone which showed contact between her and Lamb. A detective opened a closet housing the unit's water heater and observed a deceased white female concealed underneath. Tillman's partially clothed body was placed in a fetal position. She had suffered 2 black eyes, swollen and lacerated lips, and other facial trauma consistent with blunt force impact. What did he do to this woman? He basically beat her to death and then stuffed her into a cupboard with a hot water heater. This guy on the screen right here, this guy. This is him, Dylan Lamb. What the F? They said deputies said they contacted Lamb's probation officer, of course they did, who said that he had met with him in person on Monday after he allegedly committed the murder. The probation officer told investigators that Lamb was on probation following a grand theft auto conviction, worked out of Florida Bay Outfitters about a 5-minute walk from the resort. Deputies went to the kayak and clothing store and took Lamb into custody. They said he had Tillman's credit card in his wallet. The report states that Lamb told detectives he met Tillman off escort website List Crawler and agreed to pay her $200 for sex. Deputies said he claimed that Tillman took the money but attempted to leave without engaging in the agreed activity, leading him to blocking the door. He stated that she began striking him, and in response, he struck her once in the face. He claimed she fell to the floor, struck her head, and became unconscious. I'm going to say no. But they said deputies said Tillman's injuries were not consistent with a single strike. Lamb told detectives he went into the bathroom to calm down and came out to see Tillman still not breathing. He reported that he placed her on the bed, checked for signs of life, and did not find a pulse. He admitted that he panicked, cleaned the scene using towels and linen from the room, and concealed the victim's body inside the closet underneath the water heater. He went on to tell investigators that he packed the soiled linen, towels, and the victim's cell phone and other belongings into 3 separate trash bags and left them in the room when he checked out. When asked why he didn't call 911, Lamb stated that he freaked out and did not want to get into trouble. Lamb is now facing a second-degree murder charge in addition to counts of false imprisonment, destroying evidence, and soliciting prostitution. Oh, that's like the longest article in the world. They're saying it's not his first time being accused of beating a woman. He pleaded no contest to battery in May 2023, stemming from a November 2022 incident. According to that arrest warrant, on November 14, 2022, someone had arranged for Lamb to give a woman a ride to give a woman a ride home from a Florida City hotel. The woman, who described Lamb as the white guy, passed out in his pickup truck and awoke still in Florida City outside the Country Lodge Motel. She had asked him to take her home and said she awoke at Lamb's house in the Florida Keys. Ugh. What is he doing? Just driving around with a passed out woman and stopping at various locations. That's very odd. The deputy said the woman asked again to be taken home but couldn't find her cell phone. When she took Lamb's cell phone, he pulled over on Morris Avenue, got out of his pickup truck, opened the door, and began punching her in the back of the head. He pulled her from the truck by her hair, continued punching her while she was on the ground. Lamb then stomped on her head with his feet, grabbed all of her belongings from the truck, and threw them on the road. He tried to run her over with the truck, but she was able to get out of the way. What the hell? I think that just shows you this guy's obviously got some sort of hatred towards women. The fact that this is not the first time that apparently he's just decided to beat up some woman. I mean, it's brutal. I mean, imagine being that woman. It's awful. So at least that one survived, somehow got out of the way of the vehicle, was able to make a police report, and is alive today. She said that due to the injuries that she sustained in that beating, it cost her a $16,000 medical bill, and that she was trying to get that money back from Lamb. So he was arrested on that, pleaded no contest, but now he finally went that extra step, and he's now killed a woman. I think this may have been like it was coming the entire time. Like, it was just one day, this guy was eventually going to kill one of the women. Yeah, he definitely seems like a woman hater. He should have been locked up for the first one. Yep. Impotent, probably. Probably. Rachel said the guy should have been like, yeah. I mean, how did he get out? What did he get for the no contest? And he was on probation for grand theft. What did he get for that one? It doesn't say what he got. It doesn't say what his what he actually got for that 2022 one. Just said he pleaded no contest to battery. So I'm not sure what he would have got for that. Yeah, let's see if we can find it. Dylan Lamb, 43-year-old. 43-year-old baddie. Yeah, Dylan Lamb. Let's see if we can find that information for you. Yeah, let me pause this video. Stop. Dude, does this one have it? No, but that's okay. I'll play you the video.
Beating a woman to death inside of a hotel room. 33-year-old Dylan Lamb is charged in the killing of a woman who disappeared in the Keys over the weekend. Let's get to Julia Beck.
Investigators say Dylan Lamb met a woman at a Key Largo resort on Saturday, and they later found her body hidden on the property.
It's just scary. It's too close to home.
Kay Thigpen says for several days, her family stayed right next door to this man, 33-year-old Dylan Lamb, at the Amore Dive Resort in Key Largo. Lamb is accused of beating a woman to death inside his resort hotel room.
He was in and out, and you never know just by looking at someone.
Monroe County deputies say Lamb met 43-year-old Nadine Tillman at the resort on Saturday, and her family reported her missing when they didn't hear from her.
Her poor daughter came around looking and knocking on everyone's door. And from my understanding, tracked her mom's phone to this location and found her car, and had been missing for a couple days and no contact with her.
Thigpen says she was present when deputies discovered the woman's body inside a resort utility room.
They only took a step in and then left, and then they came back with crime scene unit.
Lamb is charged with homicide, kidnapping, and other crimes in connection with Tillman's death.
You never know who you're meeting up with, and that's the really scary part.
In a statement, the Monroe County Sheriff said it doesn't appear anyone else was involved in the incident. Julia Bagg, NBC6 News.
So apparently we have a death spiral.
Well, tonight only on 6, we are.
All right, there we go. Took a minute for it to calm down. What was her name? 43-year-old Nadine Tillman. Let's see if we can find a photo of her. Nadine Tillman. Here, is this her? Yes. So apparently this was the victim in that particular case. Here she is. There you go. That is Nadine. And what does it says? What does it say here? So according to the details on this particular article, when they found her, she was partially clothed, only wearing a red shirt that covered her from the chest to the midsection. She was nude from the waist down. Does this sound like a woman who was getting ready to walk out and not provide sexual services? That sounds more like, to me, like he killed her during sex or after. It doesn't sound like to me that she was like, hey, thanks for the money, I'm out of here. It sounds very much like she probably was doing her job and he killed her during it or shortly after. It says here, according to the medical examiner who responded to the scene, they assisted in moving the body from that cupboard and observed tattoos on the victim's neck that match those visible in Nadine Tillman's Facebook profile picture, which we have up on the screen, but this one does not show the photos, the tattoos. On Tuesday, detectives contacted Lamb's probation officer, who told them he met with Lamb on Monday. Lamb was serving a 2-year probation for an October 2024 Grand Theft Auto charge. He had pleaded no contest in that particular case. Interesting that we know about that one, but we don't know what he got for. Yeah, in addition to the Grand Theft Auto case, Lamb pleaded no contest to misdemeanor battery in May 2023, but they don't say what he got for that. That was the one where he almost ran over that woman and chucked all her belongings on the road. They said here, as of Wednesday, Lamb was being held in Monroe County Jail on a $250,000 bond on that murder charge and on charges of altering and concealing evidence and soliciting prostitution, according to jail records. His arraignment is scheduled for May 13 of this year. So we've got a little bit of time to wait until we see from this guy. It's going to be a couple of months. There's his mugshot from when he was arrested. But yeah, pretty angry guy. Laura T said, yep, doing the job and he didn't want to pay. I'm guessing that's probably what happened. Rachel said, so he was a career criminal who kept getting out of jail. I don't know if he's a career criminal as such. I think more like someone who keeps committing crimes whenever someone annoys him. Seems like he has the, problem, dealing mind of a 2-year-old. I think even some 2-year-olds may be able to do it better than him. Yeah, so they said in between the time that Tillman was killed and her body was discovered, the resort rented the room to guests who did not know there was a body in the closet. Ugh. So there was people who stayed in that room before they discovered Nadine's body in that room. That is That's one holiday you may not forget. Imagine if you left your kids in the room and you're like, now you guys stay here. Mom's going to go to the shops. You guys just entertain yourselves. And what is like the first thing the kids are going to do? They're going to go into the cupboards, right? Imagine if they found Imagine if they found that girl. Oh, resort. Do you want to know the name of the resort? I think we read it out before. It is the Amore Dive Resort in Key Largo, Florida. Where is that? I don't even know where that is. Amore Resort. Let's have a look. Where is this? It looks nice. Is it actually nice? I don't know. There you go. There's the resort. It looks like something that was built in the 1940s, but sure. It doesn't look like something that was... It looks like something where families might stay. Where is it? There it is. Overseas Highway, Key Largo. Let me see if I can get a map for you. All right. That apparently this is it right here. Yep. All right. So this is the resort right here, and it's in between a bunch of others, including this beautiful looking one. Look at this one. This is a condo type place. That place looks great. This place, on the other hand, looks like it literally has been there since the 1950s. It looks like, yeah, like something where budget-conscious families might stay. I mean, it doesn't look like it's been kept too bad, but it does look old, though. It looks quite old. Yeah, I would say it's like where families might go on, oh my God, they blurred a plant. What has this plant done to people? Why is it blurred? What is going on? Why are they trying to protect its identity? Is it on the run? Is it actually a marijuana plant? Oh my God, we have to find out why they blurred the plant. That is very suspicious. They blurred the plant and there was a murder here. Maybe it is like someone who may be, an accessory after the fact and they had to blur it. They're like, hey, this plant, it might be an accessory. We don't know yet. We have to investigate further. And until such time as we know, we're going to have to blur the plant. I have a feeling they probably meant to blur the windows, but they've blurred the plant instead. Well, why would they do that? I don't know. Yeah, there you go. There's the resort. It looks like a pretty nice type place. How they didn't click that there was a dead body in the room, especially after they're like, oh my God, look at all these towels. They're covered in like blood and human fluids and, stuff like that. I find that they're just like, oh, this guest had a very bad night. Let me just throw all this away. And then later on, they're like, oh, there was a murder here. Oh, that explains all that blood. Oh, that definitely, that I get it now. Someone died. It seems a bit odd. It seems very like don't ask, don't tell. Is that what's going on at this particular hotel? It's very don't ask, don't tell. Didn't smell anything. Yeah, what was it, like 3 days? It's a while. Kathy Lynch says, scratching that resort off my list. Yeah. Maybe you can stay in room W1A. Maybe people that do, there's those freaky people that are into true crime and they like go and stay in like murderers like rooms where people have died or whatever. Well, now you can stay at the Amore Dive Resort in room W1A. I don't think that's a great idea. Maybe they should close that room or something, or knock it down and renovate it or something. Otherwise, every time they're going to go there, they're going to have to put a sign on the door that says, please don't open the door. The body's no longer in there. Like someone's going to have to put like a laminated thing, and it's going to be a whole thing. Yeah, it is creepy. I agree. Yeah, the Amore Dive Resort. There you go. This is where the murder took place, and for some reason, a blurred plant. What happens if we go down here? Another hotel? The Keys Palms Luxury Motorhome Resort. Do people just call everything a resort in Florida? They're like, oh, look, it's a McDonald's. It's the McDonald's resort. Oh, look, it's it's like a camper van place. It's a resort. Oh my God, look, it's a beach. It's definitely a resort. I don't know if this is a resort as such. Aren't like resorts supposed to have like amenities, and it's a nice car. Aren't they supposed to have like amenities, like a pool and I don't know, a gym or something? It's supposed to have like a buffet or something that you get like included in your meal and breakfast and things like that. I don't know if you do that at one of these type places. What does that say? Vacancy, RV sites available. That's interesting. You wouldn't think so. It's such a classy resort that they would need to advertise. You would think this place would be full every day of the week. I mean, how many RVs can there be traveling around the country? There has to be thousands. They all must be right here at the only resort in the world. And some young lady riding a bike with water. Why she has that, I don't know. That looks like her little brother's bike, doesn't it? Do you think this bike belongs to her? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that looks like probably belongs to like her brother or something. Because it's bright green. It's got these standing pegs on it, which are used to do like tricks and things. And then it's got a weird cart on it. See, we could have our own crime show about people on the side of Google Maps. We could do that. That'd be an interesting investigate. And this one, the plant, we have to find out their true identity. All right. You sent me a message. All right, let me have a look. All right. All right, thank you. Let me have a look. No, that didn't work. Yeah, 2022, no contradicts or just definitely sent. Yeah, was sentenced. Yeah, okay. Probation. He got probation for one. For the grand theft, he got probation. What was he get free? Sentence 11th of the 8th or 8th of the 11th, 2023, adult. I don't know what that means. No contest or, yeah, no contest. It doesn't tell us a sentence though. Here's the records that I could find. All right, let me have a look. What's his name again? Dorkface McGee. Isn't that his name? What's his name? Who's fucking messaging me? Hold on, guys. Sorry. Dylan Lamb. All right, let's see. All right, Mr. Dylan Lamb. Let's see what we can find out. First name, Dylan. Last name, Lamb. Let's see if it shows us anything. All right, closed, apparently. Well, that can't be true because he's on a freaking murder charge. He can't be closed. State of Florida versus Dylan Lamb, 1991. This was in 2024. What one do we want? 21. It should be this one. Infraction. That's why UTC infraction. That's when they're in jail, right? What is it? Oh, no, it's a traffic citation. Sorry. Sometimes when you're in jail and you get in trouble, your record shows up like you've done a lot of bad things. Like if you get done in, like, I don't know, you don't keep things clean and they issue you a like citation in jail. But that's not, these are traffic incidents. Auto negligence. He was also here versus Tropical Cleaners of the Keys and Dylan Lamb, including Dylan Lamb. Another one here. Interesting. That charge was in 2021 though, so it's probably this one. Driving with suspended license. No, that's not what we're looking for. No yeah, it should be battery here. Deferred sentence. Is that what that means? Def sent. Adjust guilty. I think that means a deferred sentence. Hold on. Adjudication of guilt. Oh, okay, he's been found guilty, but tell us a fucking sentence. It just says here. I don't know why it just has a date. So he got judgment lien for fines, court costs, and other obligations. Sentence termed. Can we get that? Sentencing court minutes. Original warrant. Wait. Yeah. Notice to appear from jail. Yeah. Here, let's go. Can we go to that one? What did he get? Present without attorney. Okay. Dylan Lamb, battery. What did he get? Probation. Yeah. He got probation, basically. So he almost killed a woman, beat the absolute living crap out of her, and got probation. And then he had the other one and got probation. So they just kept giving him probation every time. Yeah, he got in court cost fee. Yeah, the other one, it looks like he had to pay off like money. He owed money to the judgment or whatever. Yeah. Judgment lien for fines, court costs, and other obligations. A sum of $0 as fines. Good work on doing nothing. And he had to pay $223 as court costs. A lien is created for the county clerk. Yep, which basically means that he has to do it. The Kirk Sheriff, yeah. So he got fined $200 and probation for absolutely beating the crap out of that woman. $200 and probation. Now that is mental to me. I can't believe, like, and then now he's on a murder charge, and like everyone's like, "Oh my god, is he really? Did he really kill that woman? What the f?" There's one right here. There's one right here where he almost did the exact same thing to a different woman, and everyone's like, "Oh, this case is shocking." Not really. He seems like he's tried this before. Let's see, misdemeanor. That would have been that one there. Felony. Oh, what's the felony? Is that the grand theft? Yeah. See, sentencing court minutes. What did he get here? Adjudication withheld, placed on probation for grand theft auto. Great. So hold on, guys. People keep messaging. Okay. So yeah, there you go. That is Dylan Lamb for the most of it. Thanks, Glitter. I appreciate it. Order of probation. Let's have a look. Oh, that's basically the same thing as the minutes, but same document. Sentencing minute, statement of negotiated plea. Yeah, let's have a look. I give up my right to trial. He got 12 months of probation following special condition, $420 court cost, 250 costs of prosecutor, 120 for something. Not sure what that is. Can't read the writing. But that makes up the 420. Substance abuse. Substance abuse eval. Treatment if necessary. I'd say it would be necessary if you had a substance abuse evaluation and it came back positive. They'd be like, yes, I think we should definitely look into some treatment. Harmful contact with, yeah, so you can't contact any of the victims. Yeah, there you go. That was his plea deal, or his plea offer. What else do we got? Bond, surety. Very interesting. I like I like Florida because we get to know everyone's business. He's had a lot of things, a lot of traffic stuff, a lot of traffic things. Often getting busted in traffic stuff. I want to know what this was. What was this? This one for him, it was a civil court for order negligence. Sounds like a different one. Order granting, renotice, designation, notice of appearance. Geez, there's like documents and documents. Request for copies, notice of mediation. It might have to go really far back. Hey, let's go really, really back to the beginning. What was this for? Tropical Cleaners of the Keys. And Dylan C. Lamb, defendant, under the same thing. And then the plaintiffs were these two people here. Tropical Cleaners. It must be a business he owned. They had a very bad Google review. Yeah, apparently they had a lot of one-star reviews. A lot of one-star reviews on that business. That Tropical Cleaners of the Keys is not far away from that hotel. When I was just looking it up, it's on the same road. Here, I don't know what this was about or if he owned it or whatever, but there it is. Tropical Cleaners of the Keys. They said, come see us in 2016. And then they posted a cover photo and that was it. So this is the complaints I saw on their Google reviews. People, that's probably why there was a civil case maybe. There's so many people, they just shut down one day just before COVID happened, and they just never gave people back their clothing. They just shut up the business and never returned people's garments and items and things like that. So maybe that's why they took them to court. The misdemeanor charges for battery causing physical harm. Yeah, isn't that the one we just read out before? Isn't that the first one? This is not that. This is a civil. The misdemeanor we already looked at. I think we already looked at those documents. They're right here. Yeah, we can go all the way back, I think. We can't get the probable cause affidavit? Oh, that's annoying. Original warrant? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the warrant. Here he is. Dylan Cody Lamb. Probable cause affidavit. I wish we could get the probable cause affidavit. I don't know why we can't. It's locked. Probably have to buy a subscription or something. Okay. I submit that the complainant Lamb's arrest. The facts in this affidavit come from my personal observation. I responded to Morris Avenue mile marker. Yeah, so this was the white female later identified by Florida ID card as I'm not going to say her full name, but it's AMC, born in 1988. She's younger than me. She was laying on the gravel area in the corner of the street. Her face was red and she was crying uncontrollably. I was only able to elicit limited information from her due to her apparent emotional state. She stated a man kicked her out of a car. Kicked her out of a car approximately 50 feet from her location on Morris was a pile of clothing and miscellaneous personal items strewn about the road. A bystander was near the pile and I asked him about the incident, which had just occurred. I identified him by name and date of birth and South Carolina driver's license as Abel Perez, born in 1970. Perez stated the following to me. Perez was towing a boat to be delivered to Sea Hunter. The business had yet to open and he was sleeping in his truck until they did. Approximately 30 minutes prior to the police's arrival, he heard screaming outside his truck and saw a male and female arguing beside a black Dodge pickup truck with big tires and the word Hunter printed in blue letters on the back of the truck. Perez saw the male throwing stuff out of the truck, but did not see anything physical occur between the male and female. Paramedics from Key Largo EMS came for the victim and transported her to the hospital for eval. And then they said here, that they believe that she was under the influence of something which caused her to repeatedly nod off. Apparently the cop had to repeatedly wake her up. He asked her about this and she stated that she takes Xanax and Percocet, both as recently as last night. Are you sure last night? I reckon while you're in the hospital, take a Xanax, take a Percocet, get a little high. She also said that he didn't attack her though, right? He just drove her around Florida while she was passed out in his pickup truck. And then he attacked her, punching her in the back of the head. He pulled her from the truck by her hair and continued punching her while she was on the ground. And then, threw all her things out of the vehicle. So apparently, down here, she talks about the medical bill. It's like $16,000. And he says, how can I make it right by you? I'm broke and jobless. Well, get a job, you bum. The date of this message was February 9. Yeah, so that's Dylan Cody Lamb. There you go. There's that affidavit for his previous, before he murdered this woman. So, Joe Neal. Okay, Joe Neal, good to see you. Because she touched his phone. Basically, well, she wanted to go home, and when she kept falling asleep in his truck, and then he kept driving around different places, including to his home, to different places, to a different street, to a different freaking hotel. She was getting a bit upset, and she couldn't find her phone, so she tried to use his phone, and she was unable to find her phone. So when she grabbed his phone, he started beating her and chucked all her things all over the road. So he's had quite a history, Mr. Dylan. Here he is here, where you don't have to see him in black and white. Now he has one of the most creepy true crime tales I think I've told on this channel about hiding a woman's body under a hot water system in a hotel. Glitter says, I like Florida's public records. My favorite is Minnesota. They have so many documents and information on their public records, so many details. It's great for a nosy person or curious like me. Never moving to Minnesota then. We do have a few people that come from Arizona. He looks so old for 33. He look 50. I don't know what's going on there. He looks like he's 50. I'm 7 years older, and I think I look younger than that guy. Gayla says that picture looks worse than the other one. It does a little bit. He looked younger in the photocopy. Look, there he is. He looked younger in this photo. I don't know if you guys agree, but I think he does in the freaking document. He looks younger. Yeah. So he did all this, as you can see on here, and no one thought that, oh, this is a violent guy that likes to beat women. We're just going to let him go back on the street. A few years later, he now kills a woman in a hotel and hides her body in a cupboard. I mean, people keep asking about how can we ever know the signs of who is going to kill someone? I give you Exhibit A. Know the people who are willing to beat a woman that he doesn't know. Gotta remember that he doesn't know this woman. It doesn't matter even if he did. But he just met this woman. Someone asked him to give her a lift home because she couldn't get home. And he beat the crap out of her on the side of the road and dragged her out of his vehicle by her hair and then chucked all her belongings all over the road. If that's not someone with an explosive anger, I don't know what is. And the fact that he has now murdered another woman should surprise nobody. Absolutely nobody. Yeah, let me try and get you a different video just to end all this. Where is it? Cody Lamb. Not Cody Lamb. Dylan Lamb. His middle name is Cody.
Found dead at a Key Largo resort.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says that discovery comes after she met a man there. Now he has been arrested in connection with her murder. CBS News Miami's Ted Scouten reports from Key Largo.
A missing woman in Key Largo turns up dead inside of a hotel room. Today, sheriff's deputies arrested a suspect. 33-year-old Dylan Lamb under arrest, charged with murder. The victim is 43-year-old Nadine Tillman from Key Largo. Investigators say her body was found inside Lamb's room at the Amore Dive Resort. Detectives say it appears she had been beaten. Her family first became alarmed when they didn't hear from her since Saturday. The sheriff's office said that's the same day she met Lamb at the resort. Lamb was arrested today in Key Largo. Detectives have not released a motive at this point. Investigators say this investigation is still open. However, they don't believe anyone else was involved. In Key Largo, Ted Scouten, CBS News, Miami.
Up with 28 points, including 3.
There you go, basketball. He does have dead eyes, right? Joe Neal says 10 Buddy was a yeah. I maybe there are twists to it. Yeah, I mean, she's living a dangerous lifestyle, but I don't think she expects to be killed in a hotel room in Florida. I don't think she expects to. By the way, if my friend Penguin is watching, I wanted to say thank you. I saw a donation come in. For the mushroom trial. I really appreciate that. Time is really winding down now. We've got about 10. What is it? About 2 weeks. Just shy of 2 weeks to go. So everything's starting to become crunch time now. I really hope we don't get a call at the last minute and they're like, it got delayed until September. I'll be like, freaking hell. We've been planning this for months. Sorry, guys. Someone keeps messaging me. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. But Penguin, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. That helps out a lot. We are getting there. We are getting there. Yeah. Gladys says, no, you don't expect anyone to kill you. You're living a dangerous lifestyle, but sometimes these decisions cause you to be in a situation where you're more likely to be offended on. Yeah, I understand that. I just, yeah, I'm sure there's hundreds of prostitutes in Florida. Hundreds. I'm sure there's heaps of them that do that work every day. Apparently, this is another photo of her here. I've got another photo if I can, if it'll go. Yeah, go here. There we go. There's another photo of Nadine. Where is this photo? Yeah, I still can't believe the hotel threw out all those blankets and all the you know, human remains covered items and just went, oh yeah, that seems normal. Let's just throw that out. Tillman's body was yeah, that's so wait, hold on. They say Tillman's body was apparently found inside a crawl space within the hotel's air conditioning closet. Didn't they say it was a hot water closet in the other article? Now they're saying an air conditioning thing. I leave on the Sunday night. So I think it's the 28th. Hold on. Let me have a look. I leave on the 27th. 27th of April, I drive down to the trial. So on the Sunday. So on the Sunday afternoon, I'll be driving into town and then get ready for court in the morning. Get ready for court at 8 a.m. Monday morning for opening statements. And we'll see how many freaking crazy people are there. I don't know how many people's going to be there. I've already heard it's going to be quite a few. To the point where apparently they might have a second gallery open with a screen, which I think I'd prefer to maybe be in that room rather than be in the courtroom, so that I don't say stupid things while the judge can hear me. So I can stay with all the media in the other room. Catatonic says exciting. It is. I'm a little nerve-wracked. It's a huge undertaking. You think about leaving your home for 2 weeks to go to do something like this. It's just a massive just shift of stuff. It's just a lot to take care of, and you know, get done. Hold on. Yes. All right. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's just a big thing. Yep, logistics. That's right. Look, yeah, I didn't know when Trish was going to finish because she had the she had a guest on, and I was like, I don't know when that's going to finish. Gayla says you aren't allowed to talk in either room. That's not true. I heard we can talk in the other room. No, actually, I didn't hear anything. You might be right. He won't be able to hear me though, so that's good. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't get that. She's going for like a day or two, so she'll be there for Sunday night, opening statements on Monday, and maybe day 2. I don't know yet, and then she'll be back on Friday to come pick me up, and we'll go home for the weekend, and then we'll drive back out on the Sunday. And go back out on the Sunday. So I come home for a couple of days and then go back out on Sunday night and do week 2. And we'll see how quick we can get through. What is it? I think they said it's like, actually, I can't tell you that. Sorry. It's X many witnesses. I actually am not allowed to tell you what or how many there are, but there's quite a few. So it's going to be a long trial. Marlene says your computer acts up when you are gone. The cats will miss you. I don't know what we're doing. I think I'm taking a laptop. We have a laptop that has a webcam, so I think I'm taking the laptop with me. So I'll be on a laptop in the hotel room for most of it. Joniel says, which city is it in? It's in a city called Morwell. So I'll show you. So it's in a place called Morwell, which they call the Latrobe Valley, which is what the courthouse is called. The courthouse is the Latrobe Valley Magistrates Court, but it's the way it's being done for this trial is slightly different. This court normally doesn't deal with this type of thing. Well, it does, but not really. They're doing a special sitting of the Supreme Court in the Magistrate Court in Morwell. Normally, they'd send you to the city. So if you had to go to the Supreme Court, they'd send you to Melbourne, which is what we were hoping would have happened. But she was able to somehow convince the judge that this is what she wanted. She wanted to wait more time to be able to have the trial out in Morwell. Okay. Yeah. So we have to go out to Morwell and not go into Melbourne. So it's the city of Latrobe. That is the thing here. So if I show you the open image in new page. So we're heading down here where it's orange. See where it's everything else is like yellow and this is orange. This is the like the LGA. This is the region here, and we're heading out into Morwell. Melbourne is over here, like in this where the bay is here. This is Melbourne. Pingliv's over here. So we're traveling like like half a state away to go out into Morwell. It's like a country, not a country area. Yeah, it is. It's yeah, it's a small town. It's got a very interesting history. Only has a population of 14,000 people. It's going to be very, very fun. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, actually, when you drive through Morwell, if you drive through the highway, there's a giant like energy thing here. I wonder if I can show you. So I have driven through here before. I was hoping I could show you that they've got all these like crazy power lines everywhere. It's like I've never seen so many so close together. So there was a big coal-fired plant that used to be out here. It's not there anymore. I think they decommissioned it. It was called Hazelwood back in the day. And I think that's where a lot of people that worked and lived in the area. There you go. So this used to be the coal-fired electricity plant, and you can see all the equipment. And when you drive around here, there's like a loop road a little bit further down from here, and there's just freaking electricity lines everywhere. There's like stacks of them, and I'm like, oh my god! When I was driving through it, I was like, I don't think I've seen so many in one place ever. But yeah, that I don't think Hazelwood is around anymore. I don't think so. Well, they probably have a local one, but it is a small town, yeah. Joniel said, I hope there's a McDonald's there. Why? I don't even eat McDonald's, buddy. I don't know what I'm going to eat when I'm up there, but I don't tend to eat fast food. I don't know what they have. I've got no idea. Yeah, Morwell. Let's see what they have. Let's go down here. If I can take you to the oh, they have a supermarket. Here, where's the courthouse? Department of Human Services, Morwell Community Correctional Services, Morwell Justice Center, Latrobe Valley Regional. I think it's right here. Yep, Latrobe Valley Magistrates Court, right there. Hold on, guys. I'm going to show you Latrobe. Hopefully it doesn't come up with some of the things I've been looking up for my own personal safety. Hold on. It's down here. Right here. All right. So I don't know if it's this building. I don't even know. It must be this one up here. Up here? This might be the courthouse. It looks like a courthouse. Latrobe Valley Law Center. So this is the courthouse right here. As you can see, it is not very big. It is quite small. It is a quite small court. It is basically like a regional courthouse. It is not... Wait, why is that like that? Can we go forward in time? Yeah, let's do that. Don't know why it wanted us to go so far back in time. There you go, 2023. Wait. Okay. Apparently if we jump this way, it goes back to 2008. All right. But there you go. This is the courthouse. This is where Erin Patterson will go to trial. And it has like a giant roof thing. Look at that. But there is a main street if we go through here. If you go down here, they got like shops and restaurants and things. So Ping will be close to like food, and there's a shopping center down here somewhere. I don't know where, but probably down here where the shops are. So there's like things down here like bank, and there's like a grocery store, and there's a Coles somewhere. I'm not sure where. But yeah, is that a Subway? Hey, they've even got Subway. There you go. I don't know if they have a McDonald's, but they have a Subway. You should eat the Subway anyway. Better than the burgers. But yeah, so there you go. And there's actually, I think if we go around the back here, I wonder if I can show you. There's a police station. So from what I understand, Erin Patterson will be taken here. And there's like a remand unit on the back here. She will stay there, I'm pretty sure, for the duration of the trial. I wonder if I can get to it. There's like a remand thing up the back here. Don't know if I can. It's sort of up here. There's like a prisoner. So she can basically be walked across from here and into the courthouse. So on the back of this police station right here, there's like a prisoner area. People going to trial and things like that. See, it connects to the courthouse. There's the courthouse in the background. So I don't know how this is quite going to work, but she's going to have to stay here because each morning she's going to have to get taken across securely into the courthouse in the back way through here. And all the public will come through that front entrance that I showed you. And yeah, because I can't imagine they're going to take her from Dame Phyllis Frost in Melbourne and transport her out here every bloody morning for trial. It's like a 3-hour drive every morning. They'd have to get her up at like 4 a.m. Maybe even earlier, like 3 a.m. for court every day. I can't imagine they're going to do that. So I'm guessing she's probably going to be staying in this. I don't think we can see it, but up the back here, there's like a place, a secure entrance up here. So there you go. There we go. So yeah, in about 2 weeks, you'll see me over here. You'll see me here. We'll be at the courthouse. So, yeah. Hey, Woman of Steel, how are you? Camp? I don't know if I'm going to camp. I need to make friends with the locals so I can get a home cooked meal. Maybe. Yeah, it'd be a long thing. Yeah. So that's where we're heading. We're heading all the way out here. It's a nice place. People are pretty nice. Look, it's very pretty. They seem to care about their, like, what it looks like. Look at this. Look how pretty the roads are. Look at all the flowers. Someone takes very good care of the roads and things. But it is definitely. You get a little further out, it starts changing. Look, you start getting a little further out, it looks a little different. Yeah, it's just a country area, guys. It's going to be very interesting to be out here for such a long period of time. Yeah, let's go back to town. There's a motel. I don't know if we're staying at this one. We're staying at a motel. There's another one. Here's one. There's one here. There's a third one here. There's a lot of accommodation right near the courthouse. So we are staying at a hotel. I can't tell you which one. I don't want to tell you which one. But we're staying at some sort of accommodation. We actually had an Airbnb booked, but the owner canceled on us in February. They, I don't know, had some reason that they didn't want to rent it anymore. So unfortunately, we're in a hotel because we couldn't find a Airbnb that we liked, and 2 we could afford, because they were asking stupid amounts of money for like 2 weeks. So I think it was like $5,500 or something. And I was like, I'm not paying $5,500 to get an Airbnb. Kathy said maybe your room comes with a kitchenette or microwave. I freaking hope so. Joe Neal says, I bet you could find some choice cannabis. Probably getting more money now. Yeah, probably getting more money. That may be what happened. Not everyone will. Yeah, let's hope not. No bloomin' onions down here. No bloomin' onions down here. So yeah, there you go. That is the courthouse out in Morwell. I would be so much happier if they were going into the Supreme Court in Melbourne. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? Yeah. Aaron Patterson has to be very annoying. Yeah, I'll take you over here. See, Aaron Patterson murder trial to take place in regional Victoria after Supreme Court ruling. There she is. What do they say? The Victorian Supreme Court has ruled the trial will take place in Morwell as requested by Miss Patterson's legal team. Yeah, see, her defense team has been pushing for her trial to be held in the Latrobe Valley, although the prosecution wanted it to be held in Melbourne. Damn you all. The Supreme Court today decided that the highly anticipated trial will be held in Morwell next year. What? So, also, I got a message, someone hit Mrs. Ping's car yesterday. She was out somewhere, and when she came back to the car, the entire side of the car had white paint down it. Like the entire length of the car. Some absolute dumbass that can't drive for shit scraped their car all the way down our car. And there's all white paint. Our car's blue, and now it's got like white stripes all the way down the side of the length of the car. Not a little bit, from like the freaking front to the back. There's just white paint and like gouges in the paintwork. So Mrs. Ping's very, very upset, and she just messaged me. She's like, because yesterday she's like, oh, maybe it's just like chalk or something, and we'll be able to wash it off. And then now she's like, no, it's starting to flake off and actually take our paint, the blue paint, off the vehicle. So she's freaking out. She's like, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "I don't know. Like, they didn't leave a note. They didn't leave any note for insurance. Of course, they didn't. So they really fucked up our car, and we can't claim it on insurance because they didn't leave a note. So please don't be a jerk in life and do that. If you hit someone, at least own up to it and leave a note with your insurance details. Like, it's really a shitty thing to do to people, to absolutely wreck their car and then not, be responsible. Like, we have insurance, but we can't claim on it because we didn't do the damage. So, and our insurance company won't pay for it because we can't say who did it. No, not where she was parked. No. Well, thank you. That's good, Kathy Lynch, because it looks like we'll have to probably pay to spray our entire car or get a new car, possibly. I'll show you a photo of it later. I will take a photo and show you guys. We have no fault insurance in PA. In Australia, you are supposed to have third party and coverage and things like that. So it wouldn't have cost them crap anyway, even if they left their insurance. So I'm guessing that they had no insurance, which is you're not supposed to drive around without it. So yeah, I don't know. Actually, I think there might be video, but she has to put in a police report and then request the video. So maybe it's possible, but we have to look into it and find out whether, one, there's a camera, two, whether we can actually get any video, something like that. So yeah, what is she saying? Yeah, she's pretty upset. Yeah, no note, nothing. Actually, I wonder if I have the photos. I don't think I do. No, that's not it. Hold on, guys. I'll show you. Hold on. I'll send it to my email. All right. All right. Let me upload this. Where is it? That's not the right one. All right. So this is what they did, but this is only one part. It goes from back at the trunk or boot area as well, and it goes all the way down. And they've crushed in like all of this thing, and this panel's all been pushed in a bit too. And they've like how hard did they have to hit our car to do that? Like, this is not like an accident. This is not like you didn't know you were doing it. You had to have known you were doing this. Like, this is not like you just tapped a car. This is like you absolutely, like, you really hit another car. Like, I don't get how you didn't know you were doing this. It's not possible that you somehow just kind of like, swerved a little too deep and then like hit the car or what. No, like their car would have major damage, like major like paintwork damage. Like to leave that much paint and it goes like all the way down the car. y- eh, I don't get it. Yeah, it's dented really bad. You guys can't really see it, but that bottom rail is bent. It's not. It does. Yeah, it's supposed to be more out. Yeah. So that happened on Monday. Like you would know you did that. Yeah. Yeah, the doors luckily open. They do open. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm guessing it was like a van, some tradie or a postman or a courier or something. Yeah, like it's not like you just you know how you like kind of nick someone's car when you're parking or whatever. That's like someone came full force in or just reversed and didn't watch what they were doing. Ugh. April B said, "Too bad you're not in the US. My boyfriend does bodywork and will give you a deal. I hate when people aren't courteous enough to leave their info. I would feel terrible if I did that." Yeah, so it's I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can get we have to talk to the center where she was parked at the time and see if there is a camera that faces over there, but we're not sure. So I don't know if we have to make a police report and then request it, or we request it and then make a report. Buff the paint. The paint's coming off, Jojo. Like, that's what Mrs. Ping just messaged me. She just messaged me that it's like we thought we could just wash it and buff it out with wax or something or abrasive, but she just messaged me saying that the paint's actually chipping off now. Like it looked different yesterday when she took that photo, and she said today when she went to go and get in the car, it's starting to actually fully come off. So Gayla says, need a camera front and rear facing in your car. Yeah, possibly that maybe we need to get a dash cam, but it wouldn't have helped because we weren't driving at the time. The car was parked, and then when she came back, it was like that. So, oh yeah. One of those weeks, man. One of those weeks. You just have to laugh, otherwise you just can't take life seriously sometimes. Yeah. So there you go. Supreme Court in Morwell in 2 weeks' time. So that should be a lot of fun. It's a working holiday. Ping's going to be out there working, and I have another project that I think I might have to do some things for when I'm out there, and that has to take some time too. Gayla says you get cameras that record if the car gets tapped. Oh, okay. I didn't know they did that. I'll have to look into that. We were looking at getting a dash cam, so maybe we'll look at getting a some sort of like activation. Yeah, it's going to be a very busy holiday. Very busy. Busier than we went to Tasmania for sure. Wait, did we only do one story tonight? That seems weird. Why did we do that? Normally we do like 50 stories. Let me see what else I got on my list. Oh yeah, actually, did you guys see this? The Austin Metcalf thing. There's people that have been like spreading rumors. Yeah, let me take you over to. No, not that one. No. Fine, I'll take you over to this one.
This morning, Frisco police and the FBI say they are investigating fake social media posts pretending to be the Frisco police chief and spreading false or misleading information about this case. They want to remind you to only get information from the verified Frisco police profiles on social media.
Oh, he was the most amazing kid. Oh, so smart. He had college football guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college. Kids loved him.
Well, Austin Metcalf's mother and brother opened up about the kind of person Austin was and what he meant to them. To hear more, you can download WFA Plus, our free streaming app, to your TV and watch the full interviews on demand at home.
There you go. I find that very interesting that there's people doing this type of thing. They said the FBI is now helping in investigating a Texas teen accused of fatally stabbing another teen during a track meet in Frisco. And I heard today that there's been people like putting out fake like autopsy reports and affidavits and things online. And if we go to the Frisco police here. And they say here, yeah, they said keeping our great city safe requires an incredible partnership with those who live and work here, as well as the community stakeholders. Therefore, I ask everyone to be cautious of the inaccurate information that is circulating related to this incident, and to only trust information that comes from official releases and verified sources. Beware of those taking to social media to deliberately spread misinformation, hate, fear, and division. Yesterday evening, a fictitious account was created using my name, perpetuating misinformation. This is a criminal offense and a third-degree felony which will be investigated. So someone has been trying to stir up trouble in the Metcalf investigation. And I heard that, yeah, they put out a fake affidavit that apparently, and a fake ME document, medical examiner document. Yeah, so that is concerning that someone is out there trying to like post fake information about this young guy who died. Very, very strange. So this was at the track meet. They had set up like a tent, and a young black guy was sitting under the tent, and Metcalf told him to leave. They got into a bit of a argument about it, and the other young fella pulled out a weapon and killed Metcalf by stabbing him in the heart, and he died at the scene. Yeah, I'll see if we can do a replay of it. Yeah, there should be a video we can do. No, not that one.
7:43 is the time, and welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Gina Francine. Turning to a developing story this Friday, as thousands of people have donated to an online fund supporting a family whose son was stabbed to death at a Frisco ISD track meet. It's one of the ways people are coping with the death of Austin Metcalf. Right now, we want to check in with Fox 4's Tisia Muzinga, joining us live this morning with a message from the family. Good morning to you. Alarming news. We continue to get updates this morning.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Good morning. Yeah, we are hoping to hear more information and get more information about what led up to the fatal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf from court documents later this morning. But the family of Austin Metcalf, the 17-year-old, they have been just sharing stories about what kind of a man he was and details about the final moments while he was here. But police are saying that 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, who attends Centennial High School, stabbed Metcalf in the chest after a fight at Kirkendall Stadium Wednesday morning. The family says they believe the fight started over a seating issue in the stands at a track meet. Hunter Metcalf, the victim's twin brother, told Fox News he did everything he could to save his brother's life.
Yeah, I pushed my hand on there, trying to make it stop, and I grabbed his head and I looked in his eyes. I just saw his soul leave, and it took my soul too.
I'm so sorry.
So there you go. Yeah, very tragic, especially when you listen to his brother. And now you have people that are, I don't know what they're doing. Apparently, there's also conspiracy theorists here. Austin Metcalf conspiracy theory destroyed by spokesman for killer boy, whose family can no longer go outside. Yeah. So there's also people that have been starting conspiracy theories online. And what did they say? He also denied that. Yeah, someone had said that there was bullying involved and that these two had met before, but apparently they had never met before that day. Yeah, here. Frisco authorities were forced to issue multiple statements denying unfounded rumors regarding Metcalf's killing, including a viral post that falsely claimed Metcalf died from an MDMA drug overdose. What is wrong with these people? Where would a MDMA drug overdose come from in a track meet? What was he doing it for? Performance enhancing? Like, I don't know of anyone that takes MDMA to be like, I'm going to run so fast today. Like, I don't think that's, you might hug a lot of people. I don't think you're going to be doing any like, you know, things like that. Wait, did our stream end? No, we're streaming. Weird. It's not showing me on my own thing. Metcalf. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find the fake document for you. Hold on. And then there's other rumors like apparently Carmelo Anthony was going around looting tents and got caught. Like there's people saying things like that. I can't confirm that, nor have I ever heard it either. Let's see. What the hell is this? Hold on, guys. See, I don't know if this is the fake document. This is the arrest report for Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, this is just the arrest report. I don't think we're going to go through it. If you want me to, I will at another time, but yeah, I don't think it's something we need to go through right now. But yeah, there you go. Whoa. That doesn't look cool. No, there we go. Sorry. Turned off my my dark mode and like almost got blinded by the white light. Sorry about that. One of many rumors, so many rumors. Yeah, don't worry about the rumors. Just let them investigate. If there's any untoward things that happened, if there's any victims that are perpetrators, if there's any perpetrators that are victims, they will figure it out. Just let them do their freaking job. People like talking online on Twitter and shit like that, making up stuff, you ain't helping. Don't do shit like that. Leave it alone. There's two families here. One who had a young man, you can call him whatever you want because of what he did, but it doesn't change the fact that his family now have a young son that's in jail for a very serious charge. Then you have another family who have lost their kid who seemed to have a very bright future, had like scholarships and schools calling and was just trying to live out his athletic dreams and was killed at an athletic event. So you have these two families that have got very different types of tragedies going on. And by you stoking the flames on Twitter, you're not helping. You're actually detracting from the situation. So I hope no one out there is contributing to this nonsense because it's not the way to do things. And we've got to just let them Let them get to the end of their investigation. They'll release all the reports. Then you can judge it all. Judging everything now when you only have 10% of the information, not the smartest decision. April B said, this is truly one of the cases where you can only trust what the police say. Right, let's wait for the court documents. Let's wait for more of these type of documents. Don't be reading the ME fake documents online or whatever conspiracy nonsense that people put out on Twitter. That's why we don't do that type of thing here. But I did want to cover that, just be careful what you're reading about it. There's a lot of people who would love nothing more than to just, get people all riled up for no reason. So. Here is that thing. I found it. So someone started a fake PDF that listed the autopsy finding as MDMA toxicity, which is not the same, not sort of the same as an overdose. It just means that there was a toxicity of MDMA. Here. Yeah, let me pull down this comment. So someone, I don't know who the F Tasha is, and she's got a locked profile. Good work. Lock your profile when you say dumb shit on Twitter. Congratulations. It says here, Collin County, and it says cause of death, drug overdose, primary. Secondary is blood loss via stab wound. Stop it. How much crack are you smoking? How often are they like, yes, so he died from an MDMA overdose, but suddenly got a stab wound? Come on, man. I don't think I've ever read anything like that in my life, and I've done thousands of cases in true crime. Thousands. And I don't think I've ever read something so stupid. He was so high at this track event. He'd dropped so much molly to go raving on the track and field. No, I don't think so. As you can see, it says at the bottom, reader added context. This is a fake document as stated by the Frisco PD. Good work, community notes. Good work. If you're one of the pieces of shit that are putting this all over Twitter and, proclaiming it to be the truth, you are a very sad individual that would like nothing more than to provoke a, some sort of race crisis between this, because there is a white family and a black family, and it doesn't always have to be down to that. Bad things can just happen sometimes, and it doesn't have to be a racial war between two sets of people. It can just unfortunately be a very tragic incident. We'll see what the report says at the end, but don't be sending this shit around. Primary drug overdose. What the hell? I can tell that's fake just by like the way it's worded, because in a typical like situation like this, they're not gonna. That it's just not the way it would work. Blood loss via stab wound is secondary to a drug overdose of MDMA. It tells me that the person who wrote this doesn't understand what it takes to get an MDMA overdose and what that actually does to the human body. So, very funny. I find that hilarious. April B said, yeah, only trust what the police say, or don't even trust what I tell you. Make sure you only go to the police in this one. Yeah, they don't say, I've never heard blood loss. Via stab wound. Via stab wound. Take the 24th Avenue via blood loss and stab wound. No. Notes. And they use like the scientific name of MDMA here, aka Molly. I don't think that looks like someone copied that from Wikipedia. I don't think anyone's like in the medical fields, like AKA Molly. Are you looking for Molly? No. Was found in blood of deceased at toxic amounts laced. That's not a word they use in like forensic pathology or whatever. Laced. That sounds like a street term. Or his marijuana was laced with PCP. Yeah. Oh, is that what it is down here? Yeah, PCP down here. No, yeah, this is just absolute rubbish. Whoever did this, you don't watch enough true crime. You need to watch some more true crime because you would be able to pick that up in a second that it's not correct. We've read enough like ME type documents to know what the way they word things, the way they say things, and that's not the way they do things. So yeah, they would use a completely different word. So it's just rubbish. Like some kid made it up and was like, I use big words from Wikipedia, so I sound super smart. I used all these long scientific chemical names. Definitely sounds believable. Yeah, it's not even close to a real document. It doesn't even look like, I don't think I've ever seen a forensic report that looks like this. Not with like Collin County and like, this, and then just random information. That's not how they do it. Here, I can show you. We've all seen them before, but I'll show you for people who might watch this later. Hold on. So there's like standardized forms that they like what they call like an ISO that they tend to use. It's like a standard. This is one of them. It's an autopsy report. You'd have the body. You'd have contributing different information in different parts of it. And it may even be multiple pages with different reports, findings, lab analysis, things like that. It's not a freaking thing that looks like your doctor at the GP wrote you wrote you a sick note for work and was like, yes, Arthur can't be here today. He died from drug overdose and blood loss via stab wound. He can't make it to work today. He's going to be off for between 1 day and about 59 years. So you may not see him again. Please excuse him from work today with pay. No, like I don't think that's how it works. You're going to see something more like this, and you're going to see lab reports in the back. So you're going to see different like blood testing, different swab testing. It's pretty in depth. Right, it'd be pretty weird to get a toxicology report in 5 days when there isn't a sort of thing here for a drug overdose. Like if it was a drug overdose, they may be able to rush something through the lab, but for a stabbing, they're not going to rush through a MDMA panel. MDMA panel. Sorry, it's just so funny. It just doesn't make any sense. Laura T said, I wish Twitter would do something about these people. So outrageous. Well, I'm glad the Frisco PD has come out, and I'm glad they've like tried to put a stop to it. But yeah, be careful what you read online, children. Dumb people exist everywhere. So I love this MDMA toxicity with like PCP. Come on, man. because that's what I like to do when I go to track and field. I like to take a few, MDMA. I like to drop a few Molly, put on some music, and win my event. That's what I like to. Then I like to smoke some marijuana and get some PCP. That's they're performance enhancing. I don't know if I've ever met anyone who's done MDMA and was like, I won my event with the help of MDMA. I also hugged 20 people at the finish line. Disco biscuits. Oh. Try and be respectful of both families. And if you're spreading this stuff online, I don't think you're being respectful of anyone, no matter which side you are on. I think you are just stoking the flames of hatred and division, like they said. All right. Hey, I love you all. I love you all very much. Sorry it was a bit of a late night tonight. I will see you tomorrow, but let me check something before we go. All right, we're gonna get out of here. I love you all very much. I'll see you tomorrow. But hey, thanks again to my friend Penguin. That was very nice of them, and I really do appreciate it. It's very kind. I love you all. Good night. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hey Kelly, how are you? Probably. Nighty night, everyone. Love you all. Good night. Bye.